Look, I promise, bro. It's so much I want to say. Like you said, you don't want to ask me no questions, but we could. It's already figured out because it already happened before. You feel me? So all we gotta do is go back to where it's at, and I talk deeper, like, cause I understand it. Then I understand it probably deeper than anybody you know understands. I ain't gonna say it like that because I don't know who you know. But how I know shit, just be sitting here manifesting and knowing how to see shit for it happen, that prophet shit. Even I had these Mormons would slip and say, well, I can see why your people think you a prophet. So I ain't never said that to y'all. So who told you that? And I'll be listening to people what names they call me. Like, dude, this homeless dude, this white dude be helping me. I ain't never told my name was Davion, but I just call his phone, let him come over here, eat and everything. But when he left, he said, all right, then, Davion. I told him my name Big Buster. I said, my name Big Buster. I ain't say that, though. So I was just saying bye. I just paid attention. I remember I was with Linda one time. That's how I know she be talking to people I know, too. Because all she used to call me was Hyena, but she went to go see some of her people in Chicago last year on the show. And she's like, yeah, Big Bus. Like, what you know about me? That's what I said. She's like, nah, I think I heard somebody call. I said, nobody be with me. But yeah, I know motherfuckers be listening, watching, doing their research and all this stuff, or infiltrating and all that shit. Either way, it don't matter. But I know me. Feel me? Or
Yeah.
look, like I said, I don't know nothing about too much. I just know a little bit about everything. It's just, like I said, I don't even know Dane Calloway. I see you on that show the other day. You, Dane Calloway, and somebody else. I don't look.
Top cat.
You're a top cat, but this is how I look at it. I stick with what I know. I know you, Linda, and all that. Everybody getting rich and money and all that, and advertising. It's hard for me to follow. There's certain guys. I don't give a damn what nobody say because the guy be that ignorant motherfucker in the group, and that's me. But he be having the smartest motherfucker sometimes. If they over benefiting and all that, I don't know to the degree. It's still money and all that. I don't know. It's just the way I look at it different. I don't know. I'm looking at it wrong probably, but the way I look at it, if I see people on their page monetizing or act like they selling stuff or part of this or part of that, I don't fuck with it.
Hey, look, I got Mama Redbird in the house for all of y'all don't know. I'm gonna let you drop out. I'm gonna see if I can bring her in.
All right. Appreciate you letting me in, bro. I'm gonna put my email on here. Please email me something.
Hey, you can inbox me.
I don't know how. I sent you a friend request a long time ago, and I could never.
Yeah, I just went in my spam yesterday or the day before and got like, it's people been in my spam, and I'm just not finding them for like 2 years.
I'm finna go. This is my name. See, I say I'm the Mar Villain Day, but that's just Davion Lamar mixed up. I'm the Villain Moore. Well, anyway, I'm gonna text you from my Davion Lamar Facebook page, so you know who it is. Davion Lamar, and that's also my YouTube handle at Davion Lamar. Peace, G.
All right. Ball.
Hoover to me, cause I know it's first board, man.
All right. Peace, folks. I'm gonna holler at you later.
All right, G, love, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy. How you get out? I leave in my home, so I know that. Yeah.
Hi, son.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Empress?
I'm doing fine.
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Okay. I don't know. Let me see what's what. I've never did live Facebook before.
I don't even know where the camera icon at for you to. But I was going over the Galactic Council announcement. They said in the next upcoming weeks. I don't know if that means 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, but they say in the next upcoming weeks that stuff is about to start happening. Did you hear me?
So right there, and then you send the request here.
Yes, I heard you. I was trying to can you see me now?
I can't see you, but that could be Facebook too.
Okay, hold on. John told me how to hit. That's good. Okay, okay, so there we go. Hold on 1 second. It says send you a request. Okay. Is that good?
Um, I'm gonna let you out and let you back in.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, send me another request. I'm trying to find her in the comments, so maybe if I invite her in. Um, where did the damn thing go? Yeah, I ain't been live on Facebook so long. All this stuff almost look new to me. Okay, that ain't working. I don't even know. Okay, Empress, I just sent you another ad. See if it lets you. Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. It's not letting the camera. I don't know if your camera is activated on your phone for Facebook,
Okay.
but it's
Well,
not. But we can hear you though, so you can go ahead and talk. And don't be surprised
okay.
if on the replay you might come up.
Okay. All right. Hi. Oh, okay.
So
Okay. So how's everyone? How you doing, son?
I'm doing good, Empress. I was just sitting over here relaxing, drinking me some coffee. I
Okay.
figured I'd go live on Instagram. Found out I was blocked out of Instagram, and I just was over going through Facebook, and I said, let me see if I can do a Facebook live because I ain't done one in 3 years because I've been in Facebook jail for 3 years.
Hmm. Well, like you said, it's playing twice. Uh, having you saying it twice for some reason. Yeah, they just something else, ain't they? So, John
Yeah,
come and got me, and so what I could do is, John has got his out, and I can go on his, and then I'll just, I'm gonna send if you could go to John Douglas and let him in, and then I can use.
Have you ever wondered why we are paid every 2 weeks when we work every day? With EarnIn, you can access your pay the same day that you work and get up to $100 per day with no interest, no mandatory fees, and no credit check. EarnIn believes that the money that you've earned should flow at the speed of you to move you forward instead of holding you back. Download the EarnIn app today and start making everyday payday.
I like it. It's mine. The prices blow my mind. I feel so rich. I feel like a billionaire. I'm shopping like a billionaire. I'm shopping like a billionaire. I'm shopping like a billionaire. I get it straight from the makers. I'm shopping like a billionaire.
Download the Temu app and shop like a billionaire.
Use his, and I can come out of this one. So hold on one second.
Okay. Okay. Peace to the guy. What's going on? Maurice Coffee. Hey, look. Still ain't giving me no camera. Oh, there we go. I see Jan. Yeah. What's going on, Chief? Hey,
Raw to God. I hear you saying and bringing it down.
yeah, we was. Yeah. So y'all see Empress Redbird. So they.
Hi everyone. I'm actually out just getting a little bit of sun, and John come and told me you was live, and these are some of the reason why. First of all, I want to wish you a happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
And how we really appreciate you. I appreciate you being who you are. More and more each day that I realize not to take you for granted.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because it's easy for us to take people for granted when we don't understand what they're doing.
Exactly. It's a lot going on, out here among us. And at times, I feel that we are sometimes in a standstill place, but that's better than going backwards. So I just take one day at a time, that we also know that we are one, and there are people like us that are holding the fort down like us. Sometimes people ought to realize that we're sacrificing our lives and what we want to do. There's not like a rest. And just having a resting place to recuperate some time from all the work that we do, and it's exhausting sometimes.
Yeah.
And people think that this is like a glamorous job or work that we're doing. It's not glamorous. It stinks sometimes. And sometimes it feels like we're in the belly of the beast, with people fighting against us and talking negative, and they don't know what we are against and what we're fighting against. And sometimes it's against the very ones who are putting their mouth on us sometimes. And sometimes we have to shut it down. Don't worry about them shutting you down.
I think you're moving too far away from your there you go. It started breaking up. I think you was moving too far away from the server.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to say, is that people need to start to help us with energy so that we can get to the finish line.
Yep. Then that's what that's what this live was about, Empress, because we got the word from the Galactic Council. They put a video in the public domain saying that this is going to come to an end in the next upcoming weeks. you know. So I had to make sure that we did a public announcement so other people will know that this process is coming to an end. And remember earlier in the week when I was going over the setup for the grand finale that they was going through.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we seen Donald Trump trumped up charges. Then we seen Joe Brown tell you how they trumped them up and what does it mean judicially.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people didn't see the Young Thug case, because the Young Thug case is also showing judicial corruption. They've been going in intimidating witnesses for the government for the longest, but if they catch us doing it, we going to prison. If they get caught doing it, they locking up our lawyer for catching them. So they all playing this game, monkey in the middle, and we ain't supposed to know what's going on.
That's correct.
You know, so
and a lot of the people are getting caught up because they really don't know what's going on. So they're harvesting the energies of the fear, the drama from the people. As long as they can keep them in the drama and gossiping, then they can harvest the energy that's circulating from that.
Yep. So they need to be aware of the people whose main thing is to tear other people down.
Mm-hmm.
We trying to tear down the old system so our system can reactivate. And then you got people trying to tear down the people that's trying to tear down the system, and they pretending to be righteous, and all the time they the ones part of the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
when you hear me come out and address somebody, they did some dirt that I had to address.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep.
So all of this stuff, you know, we know that the Bar Association was chartered by King George and told him in the charter to take everything from us.
Yeah.
So we know that the whole judicial system is banking, and we the currency for the judicial banking aspect. A lot of people not understanding this, so it's causing them problems that they never seen coming.
Yeah. So we're doing damage control, and as we are putting everything in place so that I can use my banking redemption seals, because it's only one other person that I gave banking redemption seals to, and he holds those seals alongside mine, and that's the trustee for the trust that the land is held in, and so as we are preparing, we're preparing not to cause any panic. I've got an update not only today but on Friday that things are coming along, and you're right, because they told me in the next week or so things will be set in place so that we can have our own, that Big Mama's Bank can be open so that the people can transition out of the old system and doing the old system. Because, you know, as you know, when Wells Fargo started shutting their doors, we know we're at the end of time for the beginning of the new.
Yep. So this is what I was telling them earlier in this live, that we waiting on the banks collapse, because everything is held together by the bank. Right. And how the BRICS nations was forcing the dollar back home so they can damn the dollar to America. Mm-hmm. Once it's damned over here and it ain't circulating no more, it collapses.
Did you see where the Federal Reserve it was trying to create digital, go into the digital, and they shut them out? Yeah. Because they can't do it. They don't have the authority to do it on this land.
If you've been injured in a recent car accident,
they don't have it. They have never had the authority to even put their fiat system on this land.
Mm-hmm. So when they did that, they done it under false pretense. They used a uniform commercial system to make us believe they was more legitimate than the people that was legitimate over here. Right. So while they was using economic hitmen to systematically shut our banking down, they was opening up the Federal Reserve System. They've been trying to institute it since they've been here, and it wasn't until 1913 that they finally was able to institute it. And then 16 years later, they caused the stock market crash, right? And most people don't know right now, they just phantom trading. All that stuff going on Wall Street.
Yeah. So let's talk about that so that people can understand it from a different perspective where they can understand it, right? So you have to understand that they mirrored everything that's on the books. They could not ever really touch it. And they were only fiduciaries and the bookkeepers of everything that's been tallied up on this land. And everything has been an illusion of them trading and taking our stuff. But they never had the ability. They knew what a line is. They never had the ability to touch any of the assets. They only dealt in their own system, where they own the system. They created the system. Anytime you create something, it's yours. But they could not be doing anything in real time, so everything had to be a front as though they were the owners of stuff. But at the end of the day, when you looked at everything, they was only mirroring the assets, but they never could touch them. And that they were illusion that they were the owners and they were rich, and when they wasn't, because we are the ones that have the value. Now, all the in-ground resources at Turtle Island, yes, they've been actually either technically pulling the assets out of the ground, which, you know, from what I've been looking at, that they only know where they are and they put a value to it and trade it on Wall Street. That they never really actually, at least from what I've been looking at, that ever really pull the assets out of the ground. That they have something like a satellite that knows where all the in-ground resources are, and they're able to tally them and put them on the books for us to be able to use whenever we have the access to use our assets to go into commerce and go into real commerce and go into real trade. And that the customs is they're the ones that set up all the traders inside the customs in the terminals. And every major city has a terminal and customs that has tallied up those assets and been trading in corporate fiction, but not necessarily in real time that all of this has ever happened. So I yield on that.
So what we need to know, the customs deal with these people called privateers. Privateers is like bounty hunters economically. They was commissioned by one of those English kings to come and put everything into a uniform commercial system, privateer status, which took away our public right and put us in what we call backdoor deals.
Yeah.
Those deals that's concealed in the secrecy, right? This also applies to the court system, and this is how you know they are fraud. The courts are supposed to have, all trials are supposed to be public constitutionally. This is derived in the U.S. Constitution from the Iroquois Constitution. You couldn't accuse somebody, take them into a closed room and convict them and then go out and hang them. The people wouldn't stand for it back then. The people now believe that the system's legitimacy is an unbreakable legitimacy, which is a fraud. And it's a deception played on the minds of the people. So when these privateers, and I call them racketeers, join forces, they only agenda was to steal everything that we had. The only problem is under Uniform Commercial Code, when a rightful owner asserts they jurisdiction, they have to freely surrender it. And this is why the Indigenous Rights Acts gave us everything back if we use the oral tradition.
That's correct.
Once we put it in the public domain using the oral tradition, we didn't write the paperwork. This is what people don't understand. We did not write any of those treaties. We did not write any of those charters. We did not write any of those titles. But what happens is they have what you call foundational documents in the fruit of the poison tree doctrine and law. If they surrender to the rightful heir, the foundational document that they fraud is created upon, they surrender the fraud.
They have to, because Big Mama home.
So during the Cipico put the Pope on notice, and if we seen it, we just thought it was some fancy of a Canadian lady that just felt like saying something, but the Pope responded by rescinding the discovery doctrine. Rescinding the discovery doctrine is taking away everything that's built upon discovery. That's their whole system. So once the Pope said that the discovery doctrine is not part of the Catholic faith and they do not no longer support it, that killed it, right? Which killed a commission to settle the lands outside of what was known then as the Christian territories into the what they called the non-believers of the world. Those who was non-Christian, they classify as pagan, right? And pagan mean from the earth. That's the crazy thing. Pagan mean naturally from the earth. So those who was performing the natural earth magic was told that shit was evil and that they need to join the church so that they can use their magic to subjugate our magic. The only reason they can subjugate our magic because we ain't using it. And if we ain't using it, then the law use applies. If you leave your car running in the middle of a city and walk away from it and somebody walk past and jump in it, that is not auto theft. That's the law of use.
That's correct.
Now,
So with that being said, if we don't use the magic, then we lose it. And where we lost it at is in the churches when they had us bowing down to a lesser God than what we are in the matriarch. The matriarch, they had to butcher us up and dumb us down and put us in the churches and make us submissive to a God that, first of all, don't exist, and if it did, it was lesser than us. And we argue that's another fight that we have on our hands, is to loosen the matriarch from the hands of the doctrination of religion and Jesus and who God is and being worshiped, not seeing themselves as being gods, but seeing themselves as somebody that's submissive under a rule of patriotism and not being in our divinity. And that really is the issue here. The issue is that we got to start to see ourselves as gods. We are the first and the only gods there is. Melanated women, wake up and overstand your power. What our first religion was, what? Voodoo.
And that's called earth magic. That's the oldest form of earth magic still practiced on earth. They call it voodoo, hoodoo, Santeria, Brujeria.
Whatever, right? Right. And so the first thing they had to do was strip us of the knowledge of that. Why you think they took them so long? And I don't think they still really subdued Haiti, but why you think that Haiti has been able to, you know, beat their hind ends? Because they was using the magic, you know. I can't stress this enough that if they don't pick up their magic, they're not gonna never get out of bondage. And that's what they're afraid of, that when we use our magic, all we got to do is think it, and it's done.
Yep.
And that ability is now coming from that sun, and that sun is bringing down that energy and activating those of us who open for activation so that we can take it on down.
And that's what the goal is. Kill the old system so our system can activate. As long as the old system is being supported by our people, that's the longer it takes to happen, until they get to the critical mass point where it's enough of us that not participating, don't support it, and don't agree with it, that's saying something, right? And then we start to see that the energy manifest physically. And this is where the confusion come in, because it don't look like you want it to look. It look how it happened. Everybody want to see this Jesus character and his Philharmonic orchestra of angels surfing on clouds coming down to save somebody, and that ain't gonna never happen in the known universe.
We gotta understand that we gotta save ourselves. To save ourselves and stop waiting for somebody to come and save us. Even emperors can't save your hind end. I can show you how to save your own hind end, because you're your own savior. And I keep saying that. So that's where we are. That we have to understand and stop looking for a government, stop looking for anybody to save us, because we're beyond that. We always been beyond that. We took on kings and queens to rule over us, and we lost our sovereignty. And so you gotta recognize that your sovereignty and your freedom lies within yourself.
Look, the war with the opposer's magic is for you to walk in the energy of love, and it gives you a spiritual shield, right? This is why
That's
when you first came, yeah. So when you first came on, you was talking about getting some sun and relaxing. You know, I've been on you about that, because these people will drain you if you let them.
Yes.
So right now you're going through your training program to learn how to protect your peace and protect your energy, so you can stay in that love frequency and continue to affect the sisters awakening. Right. And so you got a lot of people who don't really understand what's going on from prior indoctrination. They have to break the old paradigm in order to embrace the new paradigm. All of these sisters that's watching y'all, and y'all love energy, and your love energy is greatly expressed when you cooking for the family that you love. When you in that kitchen and you in that heart space in the kitchen, it don't have nothing to do with keeping her barefoot and pregnant. It had everything to do with, I'm gonna nourish you because I love you, and you gonna taste it in the food, and they gonna call it soul food because it's gonna feed your soul. Some soul food don't come on a plate. Sometimes it come by baby boy talking to mama about putting this shit back right. And we gonna feed the souls of the masses. Once they realize what we doing, they gonna be like, holy shit, mama and baby boy not playing.
Are we not?
Look, a sister I ain't heard from in a couple years, I found her thread in my spam. She said, you remember me? I say, yeah. She said, what's been going on? And I was like, girl. She's like, what? I say, we done took over the whole world, and y'all ain't even watching. Y'all ain't even watching. Y'all think we just on social media laughing hee and ha. I'm not laughing hee and ha. I don't have no jokes. No. I got violent and vicious venom of the righteous, waiting to pierce the jugular vein of the wicked vampires that suck the blood of the babies. I want their head, but my chief say we brain banging, we ain't gang banging. But believe me, these traitors, these infiltrators, and these imposters is gonna be fed to the righteous in order to settle the debt.
Yep.
They settle the debt. Get we back for everything they owe. It just so happened they owe us everything. If you can think of it, that's what they owe us. They can't reparate that.
No.
There's
They
no
don't have it.
reparations for it. There's no reparations for that.
If they operated in bankruptcy, you know what? I'm glad you said that. I want everybody to read my lips. I'm real close to you, so you can read my lips. They ain't got no money. They never had. So why you asking for reparation? You see my lips, Rob?
Yep.
Can you see them moving?
Yep.
Okay. So I want everybody to look at my lips so that you can read them. Stop asking for reparations because they don't have it. Why you think they ain't answered you? Because they telling you they don't have it. Stop thinking they got it. They don't have it. They've been operating in bankruptcy ever since 1933. Why you keep going over there asking for some money, for some fiat that they ain't worth the paper is on, and the trees was worth more than what they're circulating on paper as money. The tree is the value. So I'm trying to get y'all out of that. They owe us. We're going to sue them. Sue them for what? You need to sue their ass for peace.
Look,
Did you hear what I said? Sue their asses for peace.
only problem I got with suing them for anything, Empress. We gonna go to the enemy courthouse and tell the enemy to rule in our favor on the theft that the enemy is committing.
Yeah.
That's the most backwards thinking I ever heard. You can't petition these crooks to perform in honor and dignity when everything they do is predicated on fraud and deception.
Yes. And so, y'all, come on now. Stop it.
Reparations is a carrot on a stick. It is designed to keep you in your victim status and to look for a handout for somebody that don't got a hand to raise. They all in the game.
You don't want to lay them rotten hands on you.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna even go there because I was over with somewhere with them rotten hands. But look, the reservation tribe wear the red handprint over their mouth from the bloody hand of the black glove on the black hand that covered the mouths of the mothers, the clan mothers, that stopped them from speaking and reclaiming what was theirs. It ain't no secret. We know who the enemy is and who been doing it. Now we know clearer than ever.
Yeah.
The problem is just because we know it, it doesn't mean it's going to instantly stop. We have to follow the process.
That's correct.
Following the
but
process,
people are impatient, Rod. That's the issue. Is that when is it gonna happen? When it is happening in real time. You know, people always say, well, I don't see nothing. Shut up. Because you're looking for the wrong thing.
and you looking in the wrong place. They going to a David Copperfield show to watch The Illusion, swearing they not gonna get tricked, and now they leaving out of the show talking about how he make that plane disappear. He told you it was an illusion before you went, and you swore you wasn't gonna get duped by the illusion, and once you got duped, now you wondering how did you get duped. Just because you don't know how he did the illusion don't make it less of an illusion. It doesn't turn it into a magic trick. You know, so we don't have to know how the trick is done. We just have to be aware that we know it's a trick. We knew it was a trick when we went to their system. Because they wouldn't have
No,
forced
we
us
did.
to go to their
No,
system if they wasn't tricking us.
but look, you, I'm gonna back that one up for a minute. make a statement on that one. No, they don't, because they still thinking this shit is real.
That mean
Okay,
they still trick. They still deceived.
they still trying to go into a system that is obsolete and not their friend, and they still getting attorneys to represent them. They still believe in the fiat. They still believe that the United States is a country. You still believe in all this stuff. You need to go listen to Stevie Wonder. Superstition, believing in things that you don't understand. Go back and listen to that song. And so when they keep going there thinking it's something there for them, and that they would rather accept the narrative that they always known and that is familiar to them than to believe something that is new and that's going to be good for them. That it's hard for people to make the transition to stop believing in something that they believed in all their life. They never been exposed to nothing else. So we have a dilemma of people holding on to the familiarity of that they don't know anything else. And when we're trying to expose what they know is not good for them, then we get the punch in the damn nose, in the mouth and in the eyes, and get ridiculed because we're trying to tell them what they think they don't, what they think they know. They don't. They think they don't. What they think they know. They don't know.
Somebody say, why do the enemy praise Satan if he ain't real? Because they want you to believe he real enough to keep you deceived. The same reason they praise a God that can't solve no problems. Whether it's Satan or they God, the thing is the same. The question is this: how come God can't stop poverty? How come God can't stop these children from being trafficked? Where he at? We keep looking in the wrong place because the only one gonna protect our children is us. The only one gonna have enough love and compassion for our offspring is the ones who produced them. But we so busy being misled that we misleading the children, but this new generation not buying it.
No,
This
not
new
at all. And
generation,
I'm glad.
they not buying it. They got questions about your Jesus. They got questions about your Muhammad that ain't nobody never asked before, and it's putting a monkey wrench in the gears work of the process. It's not gonna never work like you want it to work. It's gonna work how your enemy designed it to work. Your
That's
God and
correct.
your devil is two polarities of the same system.
Same
You
system.
can't have one without the other because you need a good guy and a bad guy.
Yep. Now, let's convert that to ourselves, and then I have to go and get my sister together. Send her positive energy. She's victim of the system, with that medical system, and now she's has cancer, and it's spread, and she a victim of the mindset. It is not there for me to get her well. She would rather eat the Bojangle chicken, eat the fast food and all that than to me to give her live food. So but back to what I was getting ready to say. Well, what was I getting ready to say? Darn it.
We was talking
What
about
was the last
the
thing?
God double
Oh,
paradigm.
yeah. Okay, so here's a good end note for everybody. You're all of it. You're God what a God, Bob, and the devil, and go look that series up. It used to be a TV show called Bob, God, and the Devil. You can get it on YouTube, right? See, they trained us to choose one over the other, and they made everything. You got to choose this one or this one. Choose which one you want.
The
That's
lesser
where it's always been. But if you change your concept, then why do I have to choose one or the other? Why come I can't choose all or none? Because that's what I choose. If I'm gonna make a choice, because that only leaves you half of your existence, because you're all of it. And so we can't always be one all the time. That's why we have the imbalance, because we have always choose the blue pill or the red pill. Choose
I
God.
didn't.
Choose,
I
yeah.
took
Well,
both of them like an idiot and
I
wide
took both
awake in the
of them
matrix.
too. I took both of them too. I
I'm
sure
wide
damn
awake in
did.
the
I
matrix.
said, shit. I said, let me have the blue and the red, so everything can be going on at the same time. And so if everybody will understand to pass that on, we don't have to choose one or the other, because we're both. And if you embrace both, then you can be whole and you can be yourself all at the same time. And if you don't want to choose both, then choose nothing. But don't choose one over the other, because then you do yourself a disservice. And that's my take on everything, son.
Thank you for coming over here and gracing us with your presence. It's always an honor and a privilege to have you with us.
It's an honor to always see you. You know, we have our late night talks and our late night rendezvous with things that go through our minds at night and in the early wee hours of the AM. And this first time I actually been on Facebook. And the only reason why I knew you was on Facebook, because John said, "Oh, your son is on live." And so I wanted to stick my head up and surprise you to say hi, and I love you, and I honor you. And I'm glad that you're my son.
Well, we're here for it. We're here to bring it all full circle back to the beginning.
Yep. So I'll be giving you an update on what's transpired in the last couple hours a little bit later this evening, okay?
Okay.
I love you guys. Y'all take care. And it's a pleasure being on and being in your presence today. Love and light to everybody.
All right. I'll talk to you later, Empress.
All right. So you're hang up from me now, right?
Yeah, I'll let you out.
Okay.
All right.
I'll talk to you later, Empress. All right. So you're hang up.
So me and Empress went over a few things, but this God and the devil thing, I want y'all to pay attention. The enemy is never going to give you a choice that they don't have the control over. The enemy is going to only give you the options to choose something they control in order to subjugate you, right? So when they come with their God and their devil, ain't none of that got nothing to do with you until you accept it, right? Dr. Delbert Blair once said, truth doesn't exist until you decide that it's truth, right? In other words, until you put your energy to it, then it has no control over you. But you need to know what you're putting your energy into before you surrender your control over yourself and your environment that's immediately around you. The God and devil concept is it's the corralling mechanism of the system. Because you already want to be righteous, they use the God concept until some of us say this righteous shit ain't working. Then they bring the devil concept in to give you another outlet in order for them to control. If God can't solve no problems, he ain't God. He's a masquerader pretending to be God. He's somebody that put on God clothes, a well-dressed motherfucking lie. And the story goes that one day the truth took off her clothes to take a swim in the pond. And while the truth was swimming in the pond, a lie came and dressed up in truth's clothes. And now you got a well-dressed lie being chased for the garments of the naked truth. So now we dig into the reality and find out that this well-dressed lie was dressed up by a bunch of frauds, privateers, and racketeers to take what's rightfully ours. So we done with that, right? So yeah, we ain't finna keep on doing the same dumb shit expecting a different result, because we not classified as insane. We might be called crazy, but we not classified as insane. Crazy just means you saying or doing something that don't nobody else understand. Insane means you detach from the reality of that you live in. It's two different perspectives. I don't mind being crazy, but I'm definitely not insane. I went to the psych to prove it. And the psych say you was the same person that I'd never interviewed. How do you know all of this psychological history and you not a psychiatrist or a psychologist? And I told him, I just studied it. And the stuff that I'm seeing, I'm not cool with. I'm not cool with seeing people oppressed. I'm not cool with seeing a bunch of people living in poverty that don't need to be in poverty. I don't agree with homelessness. I don't agree with rape. I don't agree with child molestation. But the same people that don't agree gonna be the ones they lie on and throw under the bus with that bullshit. I'm not feeding into it, right? So don't get trapped in this God devil control paradigm. It's called Hegelian dialectic: problem, reaction, solution. And as long as you don't know that the enemy's number one tool is divide and conquer, you're going to be a racist. You're going to be a political opponent, no matter what side, Republican, Democrat, it's the same bird. They all frauds, they all fakes, and they all infiltrators. This whole system got to go. And as I said earlier, we about to see the grand finale, so I'm giving y'all a heads up so that y'all can see what everybody else has been missing, because y'all be forewarned, so now you can protect your space and energy. Another thing about the God and devil concept, they didn't have that in ancient times. They used person, place, or things, nouns, in order to express the understanding of a higher concept of energy. Your devil is entropy. Your God is order. Between entropy and order, all things manifest. In the realm of infinite possibility, all things are possible. So in the infinite
If you want an easier way,
possibility, because you garner infinite probability, right? Y'all see him? Goddamn pigs. They come creeping around the corner to see if I'm really sitting on the front porch doing the live in real time. Now they can go back and report the massa. Yup, we seen him sitting on the porch. What you seeing on Facebook is true. He really telling them this shit is over and that the next couple of weeks is going to be the rollout of the grand finale. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know if it's going to be 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 2 weeks, 4 weeks. I don't know. I'm just giving y'all the information that I got. But if we watch in real time, we see him setting the stage. The setting of the stage is banking legislation. In Florida, they declared the World Health Organization, the World Economic Forum, and a couple more groups as terrorist organizations. That sets a precedent, right? Once the precedent is set, now you're watching the president, Donald J., be persecuted by the cabal with the 34 convictions, which is a direct knock of number 7, right? So they telling us that they see what we doing and that the system is falling. Then you got the Young Thug case. Now the Young Thug case parallels the Trump case because both of them involves what you call judicial indiscretion. That means that the judge is doing something they don't got no business doing. In Donald J case, there is a direct emolument attached to the conviction of Donald J for the judge, his wife, and his daughter, according to Joe Brown. Judge Joe Brown said you ain't supposed to prosecute the victim of a crime. You supposed to prosecute the one who committed the crime. If he was the victim of extortion and you charging him with paying off the extortionist as hush money, then that's not an actionable offense and it's going to be overturned on appeal. So all this stuff going on in real time, we got to watch. Go watch Brother Kalai. Tell him Rod Hayes said what's up on Instagram because he's going to be reporting on solar flashes, solar storms, UVs. He's going to be reporting on Schumann resonance and other weather anomalies related to that. And we paying attention, but everybody not paying attention. Only certain ones of us actually paying attention, right? So when you start seeing these brothers coming from out the woodworks, talking about they ain't from Africa, they from here, they know what they talking about. They all know what they talking about. They not making this up. Even Brother Sinetter, he claimed he's African American and he embraces African roots. But he say some of these brothers is telling you they natives, they got the paperwork to prove it. I don't need paperwork because I know who I am. I don't need no paperwork. Because I know where I'm from, I don't need no paperwork. You only need paperwork in order to prove that you had doubt about who you were. That's where the paperwork come in because you got to justify yourself to a paper-pushing geek about who you is when they know the process for the redemption and reclamation is an oral traditional pursuit. It's an exercise of the Husia, which is ancient Heka magic from the ancient world, which predated all this stuff you see going on now, right? So when it all said and done, y'all gonna wake up one day and y'all gonna be like, holy shit, what just happened? It's happening in real time, but most of us only can catch it in the rear view, staring at the world through my rear view. Go ahead and scream the rod. I can hear you. Heart beating fast, time to die. Getting high, watching time fly. Look, they had me on Sinetter to lure me into a debate, but it was really two elders determining if they can lure me into a debate. You can't do that. It's not gonna work. I already did my debates. Years of debates with Christians, with Jehovah's Witnesses, with the Moors, with the nation, with other groups. I didn't debated shit that ain't even, I didn't debated the meaning of a word, right? So I already went through that school of debate. So you're not finna goad me into a debate for one reason. I'm not finna use somebody else's to prove academic papers that's under a controlled narrative to prove the point, but I will show you where they lied to us at or where they told us what they was gonna do before they done it, and then show you them doing it. That's not the same. They don't agree. If it's not what they call peer review, they can't understand it. It doesn't count in their world. Then all the peer review mean is that everybody agreed to the same lie, because history is written by the victors, and we all know that history is an agreed upon lie. So who is these people agreeing upon the lie that's calling themselves the victors, that's feeding us this bullshit, that's keeping us subjugated? We need to ask that question. Until we get to the point to we can show you these people in the public domain, we just got to keep showing you their fingerprints on all of the dirty weapons used against us. Emmy Lou, what's going on, sweetie? I see you in there. So right now, it's just a matter of watching the stage show play out. They just set the stage for the grand finale. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I want to see. Show it to me. Roll the grand finale up and show it to me. Yeah. I'm glad that Neil deGrasse responded to what he was telling Terrence Howard about his math. Some of his stuff, most of the stuff Terrence Howard is saying is accurate. But 1 times 1, that's still 1, right? Unless there's a numerical value to the equal sign and the plus sign, then it's gonna make 1 plus 1 equal 2. It's not gonna make 1 plus 1 equal 3 or 4. And if you ascribe a numerical value to the plus sign and the equal sign, that nullifies the numerical value of the numbers, which means that you still gonna be stuck in the paradigm of a locked mentality. But most of what Terrence Howard talking about is what we call freeform science, where you can see stuff that other people can't see, but some of the stuff other people not supposed to see, so they run into a roadblock in the paradigm, right? But Lee Kane, I went over the Russian ships at the beginning of the video. If you, I'm gonna go over it again in case you don't want to catch the whole replay. But the Russian ships was dropping off international prisoners that's been rounded up throughout Europe and other parts of the world by the Earth Alliance and Interpol. All these organizations with this long law arm reach has been seized by the organics of the earth under the Earth Alliance in order to clean this mess up around the world. It ain't just over here. It's just that the biggest of the story is playing out over here, right? And so what y'all seeing over here is more directly related and tailored to your historical paradigm of the Americas. But if you was in South Africa, this is something else that y'all didn't catch. The South Africans has put on all of the colonizers and settlers on notice using the ceremonial tribal member. The same way that the Muskogee Creek put Atlanta and Cop City on notice using a ceremonial Muskogee Creek Indian that marched back down the Trail of Tears the way they took them in order to reverse the Trail of Tears conjure and put them on notice because they was never supposed to cross the Appalachians. But we don't know all this stuff because our historical research has been tainted by a bunch of fraudsters, liars, and people who call themselves conquerors and victors. What they don't know is I am Invictus. I am the unconquerable. I'm not going to buckle, fold, bow down, or submit to none of these motherfuckers. And I'm going to keep on saying it to my people till they feel the same way and all our frequency align and the system collapse. That's what I've been instructed to do. So, I don't think I have anything else, and I don't see anybody waiting to get in on the video. So I'm gonna finish this up. But just remember, it's about to happen. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I'm just giving y'all the heads up. It's about to go down in the next upcoming couple of weeks, but I don't know what it's gonna look like. So don't say how we gonna know. You gonna know, but I don't know what it's gonna look like. But it's gonna be so obvious you won't be able to say, oh, well, did nobody tell us that? Right? Yeah, I told you it's about to be up and we about to see. All right, I'm gonna take this last person in before I go. And after this, we're gonna cut out. It don't look like Facebook gonna let them in because it says adding, but they ain't coming in. Let me look again and see who this is. Yeah, so anyway, that's a wrap. To all of the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. I miss my pops. I miss my moms. And I miss my childrens. So I'll be happy when this shit over. I don't know when I'm gonna see my moms and pops again, but I will be seeing my boys when this shit over with. Nikki, what doctor are you talking about? Nikki Dixon, you say what was the doctor name video? Which doctor? Yep, Kali do the solar flares. Dr. Kia Pruitt does the financial stuff. Bedell do the science techie stuff. Young Elder do the Nuwabi and stuff, right? So you got a lot of different people. Yaki do the health stuff. Brother Rich, he is the communication platform. Sinetter is the dying king of the debate kingdom. You got a lot of people. Shout out to General Seti. I see you, OG. Right? So when it's all over, you know what's up. Young Pharaoh, right? Just because we don't all agree don't mean we ain't all working toward the same goal. We just have to approach it from a different perspective. You are definitely right. They done fucked up today. Yeah. So keep your head up, keep your eyes open, and watch this stage show come to an end. The grand finale is coming soon. Yes, GD 90019 in the streets. That's that motherfucking Cali knock off the C Nation, right? So I can't think of nothing else to talk about. So that's a wrap, fam. I'll catch y'all later.